Ariana Grande burst onto our screens and into our ears at the tender age of 16 back in 2010. So Ariana has been in the fame game for a long time. Ariana has had a seriously eventful life so far. She's only turning 30 this year, so she's still really young, and so much has happened to her in that short time frame, both good and fucking tragic. And this is why I always say, do not idolize celebrities or influencers and wish that you had their life, because celebrities and influencers are just real human beings at the end of the day, and real human beings have real human being problems. And if you knew more about these celebrities' lives, you might not want their life at all. Ariana's big break came with her role in the Nickelodeon show Victorious, where she played the character Cat Valentine, which then led to the spin-off show Sam and Cat. Now, according to an article in the HuffPost, if you are lucky enough to be interviewing Ariana Grande, do not, under any circumstances, ask her any of the following questions. Number 1, do not ask her about her boyfriend or her past relationships. Yep, I get that one. Fair enough. Number 2, do not ask about her relationship with Mariah Carey. Number 3, do not even think about asking her about her former co-star Jeanette McCurdy. But why? What beef does Ariana Grande have with these two celebrities? Very intriguing. Apparently, Mariah Carey did not appreciate the comparisons between herself and little old Ariana Grande. Apparently at the time, Ariana was being hailed as the new Mariah Carey or the next Mariah Carey. In an interview with Andy Cohen in 2016, when asked about the comparisons between herself and Ariana, Mariah uttered the now legendary line,
I don't know her.
Which seemed to confirm that there was indeed a feud between the two. But fans had no idea why. Then, in 2018, Mariah's ex-husband, Nick Cannon, divulged that Mariah was indeed annoyed at the new version of herself, saying, "The f*** does that mean? I'm the Mariah Carey. Why do you need another one? Why do you think there's a next one?" But Mariah was not the only successful celebrity woman to be annoyed at Ariana Grande. Her former co-star, Jeanette McCurdy, revealed in her book, I'm Glad My Mother Died, that's a bit grim. She revealed that she was in fact bitterly jealous of Ariana and could not like her because of it. She basically did not appreciate that Ariana was finding such success as a singer, and as such was missing filming for their show Sam and Cat, whilst Jeanette herself wasn't allowed to miss filming for the opportunities that were coming her way. She also says that Ariana is not one for being overly humble. She says that Ariana made no secret about her growing success. That just tipped Jeanette over the edge, and the friendship was kaput. So basically, from about 2014 onwards, Ariana had the world at her feet. She was having huge success with her albums, My Everything and Dangerous Woman, and as it turns out, Ariana is in fact one of the world's best-selling music artists. She has sold more than 85 to 90 million records globally, and then in 2016 and 2019, she was also named by Rolling Stone magazine as one of the 200 greatest singers of all time, which is no mean feat. So Ariana was doing pretty bloody well for herself, you could say. Her life seemed very enviable. But then drama hit and Ariana's career was thrown into turmoil. She was caught on surveillance video licking donuts that were not hers.
How dare you?
She was also overheard on the video claiming that she hates America. She hates Americans, and that this is disgusting. I don't know why a tray of donuts sparked such rage in Ariana, but it did, and you best believe her fans were not pleased. Not only did Ariana basically swear at the poor shop attendant who had nothing to do with anything, just trying to do their job.
She was just like really rude to me. And she was like, I just need a donut professional. I was just like, okay.
But you don't just badmouth your own bloody country over a tray of donuts. Ariana later apologized and said that her comments were not aimed at America itself or the poor innocent donuts, but that her comments of hating America were in fact aimed at obesity in America. Okay. Thankfully, Ariana managed to claw back the love from her fans after this peculiar incident. But then in 2017, shit really hit the fan. And all laughs and jokes aside, this particular incident was actually utterly fucking devastating. On the 22nd of May in 2017, following Ariana's hugely successful Dangerous Woman concert in Manchester, a bomb was detonated targeting the concert goers as they were leaving the packed stadium. According to evidence presented at the coroner's inquest, this bomb, whilst being homemade, was actually strong enough to kill people up to 20 meters meters away. So you can imagine the damage that was done. 23 people were killed, over 1,000 injured, and many, many more were left with psychological trauma that they may never get over. And that goes for Ariana too. Although she was safe backstage after the concert, I can imagine that she must have felt absolutely traumatized. At the time, Ariana posted a tweet which read, "Broken. I am so sorry. I don't have words." Though she wasn't directly impacted by the blast, it still happened at her concert, and I think it must have taken great courage for Ariana to get back up on stage to perform after something so terrifying and heartbreaking occurred at her concert. Then, tragedy struck again when Ariana's ex-boyfriend, Mac Miller, died. Ariana and Mac had been friends for years before they began dating in August 2016, and after a turbulent relationship, eventually breaking up in May 2018, just 4 months before Mac would die of an accidental overdose. Unfortunately, this would lead to fans of Mac Miller accusing Ariana of being the cause of his death. Ariana defended herself in an interview following his death, in which she said, "People don't see any of the real stuff that happens, so they are loud about what they think happened. They didn't see the years of work and fighting and trying, or the love and exhaustion. You have no idea how many times I warned him that this would happen and fought that fight for how many years of our friendship, of our relationship." Unfortunately, this wasn't the first time Ariana had found herself on the receiving end of Mac Miller fans' vitriol. Just over a week after their breakup, Mac Miller was arrested and charged with drink driving after he crashed his car into a telephone pole and fled the scene. Mac's fans blamed Ariana for the incident. However, Ariana refused to accept the blame. She hit back in a tweet that she was not a babysitter or a mother, and no woman should feel that they need to be. She said, "I have cared for him and tried to support his sobriety and prayed for his balance for years, and always will, of course. But shaming, blaming women for a man's inability to keep his shit together is a very major problem. Let's please stop doing that." Now, despite how rich and famous Ariana may be, that does not mean that she is always happy. As you've seen in this video, fame and fortune does not equal happiness or contentment, and Ariana has made no secret of the fact that she suffers with her mental health. She says, "I've always had anxiety. I've never really spoken about it because I thought everyone had it, but when I got home from tour, it was the most severe I think it's ever been." Ariana was even forced to cancel a meet and greet she had planned in 2019 as her anxiety and panic attacks were too much to handle. At the time, she went to Instagram to say, "My anxiety and depression have been at an all-time high lately. I've been giving you all I've got and trying to push through as hard as I can to mask it. Today has been an extra rough one. After a handful of panic attacks, I feel like the wisest decision would be to not do soundcheck party or meet and greet today and preserve my energy for the show." Guys, mental health is no joke, and Ariana is passionate about removing the stigma attached to asking for help. There is no shame in reaching out, and a lot of us have a lot of trauma we need help to heal from, Ariana included. Now, more recently, there has been a lot of speculation and concern regarding Ariana's supposed weight loss. In my last video on Ariana's facial transformation, I commented that I didn't think that she'd lost much, if any, weight. Now, a few months later, with the emergence of new pictures, I think it's pretty clear that she has. The undeniably uncomfortable fact is that being skinny is now in fashion again. I still remember the early 2000s when being as thin as humanly possible whilst still being alive was extremely cool, with everyone from Lindsay Lohan to Paris Hilton to Nicole Richie striving to be as skinny as possible. Then for a good few refreshing years, having curves was in. And now, with the likes of the Kardashians removing their butt implants and foregoing BBLs and fat injections, it seems that skinny is back. And there are a lot of celebrities jumping on board. And when your money-making ability and fame comes from keeping your fans engaged and refreshing your look, I can understand why. Now, Ariana could well be suffering from a medical issue that she is choosing to keep private, which would be absolutely understandable. However, she did recently go onto her TikTok to announce that she actually isn't suffering from any kind of health issue and that she is actually healthier now than she ever has been. Now, this could well be the case, or it could simply be the angle or the camera lens that is making Ariana look extra small at the moment. Posing like this and using certain camera lenses can certainly make you appear smaller than you are. There are, of course, fans of hers who are concerned that she might have developed an eating disorder, which is also very sadly possible. Living under the spotlight of Hollywood, where your beauty is almost more important than your level of talent, would be a heck of a lot of pressure. Also, considering the fact that Ariana has undeniably had a few seriously traumatic years, it just wouldn't be surprising. She could be using food or her body as a coping mechanism, or in order to feel a sense of control that she may not have in other aspects of her life. I'm actually going to put some resources and links that you can access if you feel that you may be suffering from an eating disorder in the description box down below, because this is obviously a very sensitive subject and I am not a professional in this aspect. Honestly, I just hope that she's okay and has a good support network around her. And while we're on the subject, if you're a fan of Ariana, please don't look at these recent pictures of her thin frame and try and emulate her body with your own. Excessive dieting, restricting food, or over-exercising in order to be a size 0 is not good for your mind, your body, or your mental health. Again, links below for more help if you struggle with this subject. So that is all for this video, guys. Like I said at the start, please never, ever, ever compare yourself and your life to that of one of these celebrities or influencers, because you just never know what's going on behind closed doors. Nobody's life is super enviable. Like, we all deal with shit behind the scenes. So please never compare yourself or your life. I love your guts, guys, and I'll see you in my next video.